Welcome back to the shit show, everybody. I hope you packed a bag because we're heading to North Charleston, South Carolina, and I think we're going to need to stay there a while. This is the biggest corruption scheme that I have seen in years, decades even. This is former North Charleston City Councilman Jerome Howard. He's been charged federally with multiple counts: bribery, wire fraud, theft of funds, attempted extortion, all kinds of bad stuff. So if you like this guy, you might want to say bye-bye because he's going away to the big house. Now, you might be saying, what's so bad about this? We see this all the time. Well, the thing is that he took 2 other council members down with him. So if you ever thought about running, now's your chance to run for city council in North Charleston, South Carolina, because they got 3 vacancies on the council. So let's talk about what he did. The first one was this businessman in North Charleston who wanted some policy changes from the council. So he goes to Mr. Hayward and says, I need these policy changes. And Mr. Hayward says, I'm going to need you to donate to my re-election campaign. Well, this businessman wasn't really having it, because when he showed up with his donation of $1,000, Mr. Hayward said, I think you need to be a client of my lobbying firm, and we're going to charge you $7,000 a month. And this businesswoman was having none of it, reported it to the FBI. They monitored the whole thing, including this businessman wiring him $20,000 and those policy changes going through. The next one he did was with Seafox Boats, and Seafox Boats was going to help develop this 103-acre tract of land on the Ashley River for the Parks and Recreation Department. It's going to be this great piece of property and great area, except for Seafox wanted to build this huge manufacturing plant right on the corner of it on the Ashley River so that they could have people buy their boats and then drop them in the water right there. Well, the zoning wouldn't allow that, so they needed the councilman to help out with the zoning. So the councilman got another councilman involved, and then he got, must have been some of his friends, to act like they were lobbyists, and they were all collecting money from Seafox in order to get these proposed changes pushed through. That's at least 3 more people he involved right there. There were 2 relevant phone calls related to this, and one of them was Mr. Hayward saying he wanted to get money from the lobbyist to pay for his daughter's wedding. So apparently, Seafox was paying the lobbyist, who then was kicking back to Mr. Hayward. Now, the next one was this same lobbyist saying, hey, this is how we eat, right? So even after this deal is done, he can keep me on board and we can continue to eat, right? Even wanting more money from Seafox after the vote went through. The last one he did involved 1.3 million taxpayer dollars, and that money was to be used to fund programs that were designed to reduce gun violence. Well, these charities came in and said, hey, I'd like a little piece of that pie. Give us some of that money. Well, he said, I'd like a little piece of that pie too. How about I get you the money and you give me a little something, something on the backside? And they did. 2 charities gave him a total of $40,000 for their little piece of the pie. This is the worst case of corruption I've seen in a really long time, and it ain't going away. There are 8 people charged in this thing. Several have already pled guilty. They're going to jail. They're going to federal prison. The feds don't play. The feds do not play. Bye-bye, everybody in North Charleston. By the way, if you're really looking at running for office, they got 3 vacancies. And really, honestly, anybody would be better than the ones that were sitting in there.